Now, I know this isn't the most obvious song for a finger-picking guitarist, and there are a lot of tutorials on YouTube showing you how to play this on acoustic guitar. But I've got a little twist on this, which is a bit of fun and an experiment, but, you know, bear with me, it might work. It's in the key of A flat, this song, and the standard thing is to put a capo on the first fret and play it as if you're in G. Easy. And because there are, literally easy, because there are basically only 4 chords for the song, it's chord 1, chord 3, chord 2, and then 4/5. I'll go through those numbers in a moment. It's very straightforward. They just loop round, and then there's a couple of tags, a tag in the chorus and the bridge that have some different shapes, but nothing very challenging. However, I've got a capo on the 6th fret here, and I've dropped my bottom string to a D, so I'm actually playing this in drop D. And it's going to be a kind of John Martin, Lionel Richie mashup thing, I guess, this. But let me take you through the chords that I've got. I've got a D chord, obviously with the bottom string tuned to D. I can play all 6 strings, and I've got a lovely video on drop D tuning if you just want some advice on that. The second chord, chord 3 in the key, is F sharp minor. And I'm going to play that. I'm picking with my thumb on the bottom string and my 3 fingers typically on the 2nd, 3rd and 4th, so I'm not too worried about leaving certain strings out. I'm just barring across the 2nd fret on those 3 strings, and then the 4th fret for the bottom string there. And then if I take that whole thing down a couple of frets, I've got E minor there. For the E minor, just to add a bit of colour, I might put a finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string as well. That's chord 2 in the key, so we've had chord 1, chord 3, chord 2 in the key, if this means anything to you. And then we've got basically chord 5, which is A. In this key, we would have A7 would be chord 5. But in soft rock tradition, we're actually going to play chord 4 with the bass of chord 5, so 4/5 in this case. It's G over A. Couldn't be simpler. It's the middle 4 strings of the guitar. There are a few different ways to play it. You might embellish that by playing some shapes on G at the top, but really you just need the middle 4 strings of the guitar open. And that's essentially that. The essence of the song is going round that loop of chords, 1 bar per chord, and there are a couple of other things, but once you've got this, you really have the bare bones of the song. No, it sounds funny, but I just can't stand the pain. Girl, I'm leaving you tomorrow. Seems to me, girl, you know I've done all I can. You see a big stall and I borrowed, and so on and so on. A couple of little details to add straight away. The verse loops round our sequence 4 times, except the final time we get 2 bars of the E minor chord and 2 bars of the G over A. So the 4th one is this. You see a big stall and I borrowed. Another one, and then G over A for 2 bars, and it just kind of pauses there. The other thing to mention, this is a feature of the song that you often see written out wrongly, even in published notation. What happens in the 2nd loop is this. Girl, I'm leaving you tomorrow. So it feels as though the G over A bar is just 3 beats. But what really happens is that you move on to the D at the beginning of the following loop a beat early, and then you hold that bar the normal length of time. So you have only 3 beats on the G over A and then 5 beats effectively on the following D chord. It isn't a 3/4 bar unless you want to make a 5/4 bar after it, but you've just got to count. So it's this, the second part. Girl, I'm leaving you tomorrow. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Seems to me, girl. That's how that works. Okay, so let's have the whole of the verse like this. When we come to a playthrough, I'm probably not going to sing this. I ain't no Lionel Richie. I'm not even a John Martin. I may play the saxophone instead or something. But anyway, here it is for now. Bear with me. And know it sounds funny, but I just can't stand the pain. Girl, I'm leaving you tomorrow. Seems to me, girl, you know I've done all I can. You see, I begged, stole, and I borrowed. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, 1, 2. That's why I'm easy. And the chorus does more of exactly the same. Let's just go back and look at a couple of things. If you're playing your E minor as E minor 7 with a finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, leave it there for the G over A. Still G over A, it's just a bit brighter. It's got that D at the top of it. That works really nicely. And also, you know, to make this much more acoustic guitar-y, we're in drop D. Whatever you might normally do, and as a basic guide, in a kind of pentatonic-y thing on D is going to work really nicely. The original piano part, albeit a couple of octaves lower, has this. You can just hear that in the right hand of the piano. The equivalent of an A here, 5th fret of the top string coming down to D on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, so we get this kind of thing. And then we go to the F sharp minor, you can keep that there. That's the 5th fret of the top string down to the 2nd fret of the 2nd string. And if we slide that down for the E minor, it goes from the 3rd fret of the top string down to the open 2nd string. One more little idea that's more a kind of guitar-y thing, I suppose. As we're moving from the F sharp minor to the E minor, we're moving from the 4th fret of the bottom string to the 2nd fret, and maybe you could do that stepwise, chromatically down 4, 3, 2, so we'd get this kind of thing. See that? You play this, the more things that'll just occur to you or kind of fall under your fingers, like this little hammer on onto the top string from the open top string to the 2nd fret. Song's so simple, there are bound to be things that you'll naturally want to put in here. The chorus is more of the same. In essence, we've got our familiar 4-bar sequence that loops 3 times through, and then there's another 4 bars that are different. We've got 4 chords here: a C, straight C chord, an E minor 7 over B, so I've got a finger on the 2nd fret of the 5th string. Then I've got our G over A, and then finally I end up on a D chord. But they're not evenly spaced. It's 3 beats on the C, 1, 2, 3, and then 3 beats on the E minor over B, 1, 2, 3, and then the G over A is just 2 beats, and then we land bang on the 3rd bar of that 4-bar sequence on our D. That lasts then for 2 bars, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, 4. So, for what it's worth, excuse my singing, but let's have the whole of the chorus. That's why I'm easy, easy like Sunday morning. That's why I'm easy, easy like Sunday morning. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why in the world would anybody put chains on me? So now we go into the second verse. That's followed by a second chorus, which is exactly the same, and then we get into the bridge. So we've had intro, verse 1, chorus, verse 2, chorus, bridge. I wanna be high. This is too high for me to sing, obviously. 2 bars of C major 7. And just for a contrast, I might strum this bit. I wanna be high, so high. A minor 7 for 2 bars, and they just go backwards and forwards 3 times. I wanna be free to know the things I do are right. I wanna be free. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Just free. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2 beats each. C major 7, A minor 7. You'll sing this better than I do, never mind. And then we get something else. But before we get to the final bit, let's just look at this. You can link them with a passing bass note, a B there, and it's just before you move on to the A minor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's actually 3 and. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 and so on. Free to know the things I do are right. I wanna be free. 3, 4, 1, 2. Gas me. Now we've got another new chord here. It's F, and I'm going to play it this way, just to get my note on the 3rd fret of the bottom string. E minor or E minor 7. Now the F chord lasts for 3 beats, and on the 4th beat of that bar, 1, 2, 3, 4, you're going to move on to the E minor chord and stay there for the rest of the following bar. So 3 beats and 5 beats if you like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you've got C over D. I'm going to play my 1st and 2nd fingers as if I'm playing a C chord. I'm not going to bother with my 3rd finger down on the 5th string because I'm not going to pick it, and I'm going to play the open bottom string underneath. And again, that's 3 beats, now moving to a G. Lots of ways you can play G in open and drop D tuning, but I'm going to play it this way. My 1st finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, 2nd finger on the 4th fret of the 3rd string, and then my 3rd finger is down on playing a G on the 5th fret of the bottom string. So all of that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 5 bars in all. So the whole of the bridge section. I wanna be high, so high. I wanna be free to know the things I do are right. I wanna be free. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, just me. Here we go. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, go. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we get into the guitar solo, which I'm not going to play. That's pretty much everything. So intro, verse 1, chorus, verse 2, chorus, then the bridge, then we go to the guitar solo, which is on the form of the verse, including the da 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 bum, all that stuff anticipated, but this time we don't have at the end of the verse 2 bars of E minor and 2 bars of G over A. It's just 1 each, so it's really just 16 bars. And then we go to the outro, which is kind of a chorus again. So let's look at that. So in the outro, we start playing as if we're playing the chorus, and then you know what happens. We get 3 times through our familiar sequence. That's why I'm easy, easy like Sunday morning. That's why I'm easy like Sunday morning. And this time, so instead of playing our E minor, we get G over A, and on the 4th beat of that bar, I'm laying a finger across the 1st fret over the middle 4 strings to to take that up one semitone. So instead of a G over A, it's now an A flat over B flat, and the whole thing modulates up a semitone. We change key, we go up one fret. Now I've got a capo that allows me just to kind of roll that up there, so I'm going to give that a go. If you have a Shub style capo or one of those capos and elastic thing, good luck changing in the time you've got, but I'll give you an idea of what you might do here. Easy like Sunday morning. That's why I'm easy. Nailed it. You're completely free to ignore this detail, but it seems such a shame. If you've bothered to play this in drop D, why wouldn't you do that? So give it a go anyway. Well, that was a bit of fun. Thanks very much for watching. I'm going to have a little playthrough now, and see you on the next one. 1, 2, 3. enough of that.
That's it.